capable of having sex with other women while still loving his girl the same.
You're actually saying that in a relationship, it's okay for men to go and explore other options. But
Hi guys, welcome back to
SunnySword podcast. What's up?
So today I want to react to a video.
Okay.
One of my favorite author. Well, he only wrote one book.
Okay. Who?
Why Women Deserve Less. Myron Gaines.
All right. Let's check it
A
out.
couple years ago, he had an interview with the Kiss Network.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed they're a professional radio show.
Yeah,
right?
Kiss FM. Kiss is one of the hugest radio companies in North America.
Well, they don't sound professional. So let's watch it.
Okay.
Men and women are not the same. Women like attention, men want sex. So my thing is, a man is capable of having sex with other women while still loving his girl the same.
you're actually saying that in a relationship, it's okay for men to go and explore other options, but we have to be happy with you and not explore options.
Absolutely. Closed on your end, open on my end, and I think there should be honest between the two.
Why? Why
That's
would
crazy.
anyone agree to that?
You can't just go throwing that thing around. I spoke to Dan Balserian. Yeah, I'm sick of you asking to finish your long, boring answers that are the same answer every time we ask you a question. Even Dan Balserian last week told me to my face, "So fucking what, clown? Here you are on the show. I can turn you off as well." Just turn these clowns off. See you fellas, grow up, ring us back when you're 30 and you've got half a brain. You're not running around being led by your own dicks. Bye-bye. See you later. Turn them off.
What the fuck? I thought this was going to be an interview.
They decided to not have the interview because they didn't agree with the point that he was
No,
saying.
but he was trying to give the point. And
They just said right away, "Oh, we don't want to talk to this kind of people."
Yeah.
Peace.
He was trying to explain his point, you know?
Yeah.
Why guys should be open and girls should be closed.
Right. But they were like, "We don't want us on our show. We're not giving you more than 1 minute.
Yeah.
Goodbye."
And this is supposed to be a #1 show in fucking Australia.
It is, but you know what? They do have to protect
It's an
their
interview.
views. No, but at the same time, people would be upset as to having this kind of person.
Well, he was trying
like-
to explain his point and they didn't even
Right,
let
but
him,
they
so.
didn't even want to let that happen
Yeah.
because they don't want to give their platform to this kind of person.
Then why the hell they interviewed them in the first place?
I'm
you
actually
know?
curious why they invited Myron onto the show in the first place,
Right?
too. I'm
they
curious.
They know that he talks about this type of
Right,
stuff.
I mean, like, and I'm actually curious why they invited
he
him to the
even
show.
wrote the book called Why Women Deserve Less, you know?
Right, right. So it's actually kind of strange for Kiss, in a way, because, yeah,
You knew what you were going to get into.
they already invited him knowing he was going to speak about that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
like you said. So it is strange to just get fed up and cut the call.
Do they always do that?
I've never seen it before. I don't listen to Kiss very often, but it is strange for them to do that.
Right?
As a professional network, I guess you could say, if I was a professional.
Yeah, you were involved in the
you
media
know,
for a long
in
time,
media,
right?
I've been in media for a while and stuff. You do your homework in advance, of course, you know, and so you know who's coming onto your show, and you prepare for those things to be said, right?
And what kind
and then,
of questions?
And then what questions you're gonna do, and you hear it, and you have your feedback to it, not just, "Oh my God, that's what you think." What? That's not feedback, right?
This is reacting to
Right? That's just reacting. But you're supposed to be an interviewer. So the two people who were hosting the show, they obviously did not prepare for the show.
Yeah, the guy got triggered quick as hell.
Immediately.
What the hell?
Out of nowhere. Right?
Damn Brazilian. You and them.
He couldn't even he couldn't even speak correctly.
Yeah.
You know? And they asked him a question without letting him answer. Why would I hop into that kind of
Yeah,
relationship?
even he was saying, "Can you please let me finish?"
Right.
Yeah.
And I think
Please, can you let me finish?
And I think that, you know, you may not agree with what Myron's saying, but we have, in history, there are societies, even today, actually, there are societies.
Yeah, Islam culture.
And previous other societies as well, where there is a man that has multiple women, right? And so,
Even kings.
right. So it works in some societies,
It worked for a long time.
right? It worked.
So I think he was trying to say like, he wants to bring back that type of a culture where a woman's in kind of like in competition.
Right.
For the guy.
Right. I guess that society works, but
And religion.
And when it's based on religion, I feel like in the recent conversations I've had with people, like, you know, I meet a lot of people and I have conversations. I've been meeting people from Europe and people from USA, even from Australia too. And the women are so keen on being equal. Like
Feminism.
like very much so. Like
Why the fuck we gotta pay for the meal?
yeah, I don't know, but like I'm not sure. But they're very serious about
You're
being
talking about West Europe, right?
yeah. I've met people from West Europe,
Yeah.
and also
'Cause
I've
East
met,
Europe is really
I
different.
met a lot of people from Australia as well. And a kiss is this was Australian
Yeah.
Australian kiss, we can tell. And I
Yeah.
met people from USA too. And yeah, I've been talking to a lot of different people and women, and then I've
What,
heard
job related?
yeah, well, I told you that I do I do like liaison and tours around Japan and stuff like that. So I meet a lot of people,
For media people?
media people and everyday people as well, and so I
Yeah, you went to Osaka,
right, I have a lot of places.
Hiroshima.
Yeah, but anyways, like I speak to these people about different things as well, because they ask about Japanese society too, because in Japan the gender gap is still very, very wide, and there's many houses where the man is the breadwinner and the woman is at home still in Japan. There are some houses where there's double income, but even then the income is not even double. It's like 1.5. The woman only works half of the time, and kids are raised by both parents still very often in Japan. So the topic becomes a big topic, you know what I mean? And so
But Japan is getting up there too.
it's starting. The trend is happening here. Unfortunately, it's happening because inflation and stuff makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because women cannot sit at home anymore because the salaries are not enough in Japan to provide for a family. So unfortunately, it's not able to sustain the society that it's had.
And you know what's-
but having these discussions with the people from Europe or Australia, it's interesting because some of the women, some of them are like, I wish I could be a wife, like
really?
a housewife. Some of them are like that. Like I couldn't even imagine from what they've been taught and what the society looks like for them. They can't even imagine the idea. But but because other societies do not have it's not possible.
Because
Like
of the inflation and shit, right?
Inflation and salary and demand costs. Like US, it's like so hard to imagine. Like
Even-
in
yeah.
England right now, the costs are so crazy in England, like in UK.
You can't even get a job after you graduate college.
Like people can't in England they can't even imagine the idea of being at home. It's so expensive, for everyday people.
Yeah.
So the way that women are thinking now is like, I got to get my shit together too. I got to, you know what I mean? And then with the music and the trends, etc., women think they got to do a lot more now.
And OnlyFans.
And some of them, they want to do a lot more. And so the idea of like, oh, you could just be at home is like, no, why would I want to just be at home?
You can be at home.
You could be if you want. It's a possibility in some societies.
One good thing about Japan is that most girls doesn't do OnlyFans. The reason why is because if you show your vagina, it's illegal.
I mean, yes, but I mean, you can do OnlyFans without showing your vagina anyway. But like in Japan in general, like people
They don't do
are
that.
no people are not as public in Japan.
Yeah.
Privacy is such a valued thing in Japan that most people don't even have their face as their profile picture on like social media.
They
in
usually
Japan.
have a cartoon cat.
Cartoon character,
Their
or
cats,
dogs, mountains, flowers. Like it's very much a society of
Yeah, even
privacy.
cute girls they have like all private.
Right. And you open their Instagram, it's just food.
Yeah,
It's just food. There's nothing or like nature.
or their pets.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe their hand.
Yeah, one time
like-
I followed this chick.
Yeah.
I met her at like a pool party,
Go
right?
ahead.
She only had food. 'Cause she
Yeah.
likes to go to like a expensive
Right,
food.
right.
Like a real expensive sushi, Japanese style
Right.
food. Only those type of photos.
Right.
I was like, I forgot her face.
Right. All the time.
I was like, what the fuck does she look like?
like look, like a popular name in Japan right now is Aya. Okay? And so I have a good amount of people that I follow named Aya. When I look
On Instagram?
online too, I have like
Line.
line friends named Aya. And the thing is, on Instagram, it's interesting because
By the way, Line is like WhatsApp in Japan.
But like so on Instagram, people have their profiles. You can kind of figure, okay, that's Aya who likes flowers or something, right? Because you can see her pictures. But in line, it's just the chat history. If you have the chat history still, because sometimes you don't have it.
If
but
it's
like
a new girl, right?
a new girl, or you haven't talked in a while. Sometimes you might have changed your phone. You lost the history. But like, so I just have Aya, a few, and their pictures are just nature or dogs. So I don't know who is the right Aya anymore. I have no idea. So I can't message You know?
You know what I do?
Now I always write something in their name.
No, I take a photo together and post it online.
That's a good idea too. That's a good idea. But if you never got the chance to, then what I do is I just write the name of the person and then like where we met.
Well,
or
you know
something.
what I do? I usually get their Instagram first.
Yeah.
And then we have a good conversation.
Right.
Then get the fucking line.
Right, but I think a lot of people that I know, I got their line and stuff before Instagram was like that.
Oh, you're talking about a long time ago.
I mean, I'm just saying like I have, you know, because line was the primary way of contacting. You know, now people contact on Instagram a lot. You know, but people who want to have a private conversation or a more close conversation ask for your line. You know, and so it gets lost. It's hard.
Same as America.
Right.
With WhatsApp.
Right. So yeah, it's really hard for me online.
Why the fuck are we talking about lying?
Because we're just talking about we just got into dating and shit like that right now. But
we were talking about Myron Gaines.
Yeah, but I guess
This is what happens with fucking podcasts.
Right, but you know we're talking about Myron Gaines because you know women and a man having multiple partners.
Yeah, okay.
Right, that's how we got
back to track.
There we go, back on track. Anyways,
we don't have that in Japan, by the way.
yeah.
No,
There's a few.
we had it until 150 years ago.
Yeah, these days
We had it in Japan too.
I still see that there's some people who have it unofficially. Unofficially.
Yeah.
Unofficially,
Yeah,
some
you
people have
can't
it.
do that in Japan. Yeah.
Right, unofficially some people have it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Japan had it 150 years ago.
That's not a long time ago. It's just
Well,
your
100 years ago?
that's
Yeah.
like your grandparents' parents.
Yeah.
That's it.
Only the kizoku.
Yeah.
Kizoku means the elites.
Yeah.
They had like multiple wives because they need more sons
Right.
to build the empire. or whatever.
Populate.
Yeah. Buy us a coffee.
Yes. The link in the description below. Please support us by buying us a coffee. Let's talk soon.